Welcome, guys. Happy Thursday. Today, we're talking about how you can crack the TikTok algorithm code in 2024. A lot of talk around TikTok, a lot of legal stuff, right? It passed, I believe, Congress, and now it's in Senate, and the president has said he would sign it if it landed on his desk to actually ban TikTok. But we're going to talk about what that actually looks like, what time frame. That would actually look like for us and how it would affect us. Before we dive in, if you haven't been on one of these trainings, welcome. My name is Justin Taylor. I'm the Vice President of Learning and Sales for Rock Title. We are both in Arizona and Nevada.
That's okay, Jim.
I'm gonna mute. Hi, May, I'm muting you. Let me see who else we got. Perfect. We are like I was saying, we're in both Arizona and Nevada. If you have not met with one of our escrows or sales executives, please reach out to them. Our sales team is constantly meeting with top producers and teams. They have a lot of technology help, resources, videos, trainings, tons of things that tools that we provide and resources for you. So we'd love to service your next escrow if you would give us a shot and write us into your next deal. Let me jump in the chat here. Carrie Meyer says, hello. Hi. So TikTok, let's talk about TikTok. We're going to go through a little bit of a deck here. I do have notes. So if you see me looking down reading, I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything because there's a lot of details within this algorithm. But we are going to first talk about the ban, right? Everyone knows about the TikTok ban. Before we dive into this though, who in the chat box, whether you create TikTok videos or you consume TikTok videos, I just want to see how many of you are actually using the TikTok platform, whether you're creating video content or you're just consuming the video content. Throw that in the chat box. I'm curious to see. Carrie says not enough for sure. Teresa says both. She both creating and consuming. Peggy's consuming. Lisa's doing both. I love it. I recently, probably in the last year, have definitely consumed a lot more, right? Brian, create content, love it. Michael, not at all. Katharina, consume. I used to, but deleted the app thinking it would go away. Let's talk about that. We're going to dive into that. How long, if it really does get banned, how long is that going to take for it to phase out? So here we go. The bill gives ByteDance, which if you didn't know is the parent company of TikTok, 6 months to find a buyer for TikTok. So this bill, if it is passed, remember, it passed Congress, it's in the hands of Senate. If it passes there, it's going to land on the president's desk. He's going to sign it. He said he's going to sign it. And if that is executed, if this bill is actually executed, within the bill, it gives the company 6 months to find a buyer for TikTok. Now, if you remember Twitter, which is now X, thanks to Elon Musk, it sold for $44 billion. Twitter sold for $44 billion. Quite enormous amount of money, right? He made it happen though. And just so you know, TikTok is worth more. And why is that? Well, it's the amount of user and interactive and engagement that the platform gets. In addition to, please understand, a lot of businesses, a lot of small businesses, a lot of people rely on these platforms to produce income, to produce revenue. So the fact that, there's some that say, yeah, just get rid of it, go away. Well, that highly affects a lot of businesses, including real estate agents, right? But understand that if this bill does pass, it gives ByteDance 6 months to find a buyer. There are several billionaires already out there talking about, yeah, if I get the opportunity to invest in or buy it outright, I certainly would. Also, if the company cannot sell the app in that time, it will become illegal for app stores and web hosting companies to offer TikTok. So most popular would be the App Store for Apple, and then the Play Store, I think it is, or Google Store for Android. So they would be removed from those app stores. Now, obviously, they can't go in and just remove it from your phone. You already have it downloaded. So they can't just remove it from. but they would have to be removed from those app stores. So as long as it remains under the control of a foreign adversary. What does that mean? Well, that means if let's say somebody comes in and buys TikTok and moves the servers to the United States, that is what ultimately the bill would underlie for if they were to sell the platform. The servers would have to move to the United States, and then everything would still just move forward as normal. The bill does pass the Senate and the president signs into law. Users will likely not notice any changes, at least not very in the beginning, right? Because again, as soon as that signature is on it and it's executed, they have 6 months to locate a buyer. So there's still going to be a buffer period of time where updates are still going to happen, all that good stuff. So you're not going to see any instant changes per se for that. And who would buy? Well, most likely, only the biggest tech companies like Google, Meta, Microsoft, or Amazon, or one of, several billionaires like Elon Musk, or any of the affluent people behind, like, let's say, Microsoft, right? You got Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos and stuff that could invest in it as well to move it here. So ultimately, if it does get banned, there's going to be a buffer period. If it does sell, then it will, servers will move here, and then things will move. If it does not sell, they have, 6 months. It'll get removed from the app stores, but it will still be on your phone. However, it will start to phase out, meaning if an app does not get updated regularly, starts to become bugs, start to become glitches, issues, right? Just doesn't start working correctly. So it obviously would then be not a great tool for us to use in our business for that reason. So TikTok is now populated by seemingly everyone else. As a marketer, it's something you can no longer deny. Now, when I first started training about TikTok and bringing it into my real estate ecosystem, the feedback was, and it was true in the very beginning, the demographic is very young, right? Super, super young, which wasn't our ideal audience. However, please know that the demographics have greatly widened. A lot of us on this call just said that we consume it ourselves, right? My father, who is, I'm going to just throw him under the bus with his age, pushing 70, is out there scrolling on TikTok as well. So the demographic has definitely widened. But again, who is going to be the buyer pool, that younger generation? So if it continues to stay and does not get banned, I highly encourage you, and this goes across all platforms, and it just goes back to my passion for video. If I could push you guys to do more video, please, please, please do it. But the best part of TikTok for real estate agents is that it prioritizes the content it feeds you based on your geographic location. This is probably the #1 platform that will push your content out mainly based on geographic location. I'm sorry, guys, if I have to take quick breaks to drink water. I've been talking nonstop today. But it really focuses a lot on that geographic location, which is huge for our service business because we're selling at a geographic location. So whether somebody is looking to move to your market or looking to sell in your market, it's important that you're creating content that is relevant for them, whether they're buying, selling, investing, and you're including geographic location and all that good stuff there. But this is the biggest benefit for this platform in terms of SEO and the algorithm is the geographic location. Now that means that if done the right way, your videos will make the way to the people you need them to go to, those who live in your market or considering to move to your market. So remember that these platforms are all free, first of all, and they help do the work for you, meaning that when you post a piece of content, it's going out there and they're trying to find your ideal audience of who's going to consume that content. Once you reach a certain amount of engagement, you then get unlocked to another tier of people in your ideal audience. And then once that gets fulfilled, and then it goes to another tier of people, right? So that's how kind of the viral pyramid, if you will, kind of works there. So initially it pushes it out to kind of find who your audience is. Once you kind of find your niche in that and you get enough engagement, it then pushes you to the next level, and so on and so on. Let's talk about these different rules, right? How can you crack the TikTok algorithm code? Now, some of these might seem, you know, a given, but you'd be surprised. So rule number one, right? Hook them fast. Who in here has an attention span? 2024. It's very slim, right? Very, very slim. So you got to be able to hook them fast. And the biggest rule that separates TikTok from a lot of the other social media platforms is that you must retain 70% watch rate for the first 3 seconds of your video. You must retain 70% watch rate for the first 3 seconds of your video. And that's average time that people are willing to give your video a chance. And if you fall below that 70% mark, TikTok is going to start down ranking you, making it a lot harder for you to get the views that you need. So in those 3 seconds, it's important. What is the hook? Give them what they are, what the title of it is, right? Tell them that in the very beginning. Hey guys, today we're going to talk about 5 reasons why you shouldn't move to X market, right? You're kind of flipping it. You're doing a little psychology twist on it with that. So it means that you need to spend some time thinking about the hooks you're going to use to grab attention in those first 3 seconds. The trick here is to capture curiosity. You're creating curiosity. So pose a question or toss out a statement that people will feel the need to know more about. Okay, so you need to pose a question or toss out a statement that people will feel the need. You're intriguing them. You're saying, I don't want to say an out of the world statement, but you're saying something that intrigues them to continue to watch even further. Remember, 70% watch time, first 3 seconds. Doesn't seem like a lot of time, right? But when you're on your phone and you're on the app scrolling through, how quickly do we literally pass by content until we see something that's either visually pleasing, or we see text in there, or they say something that just intrigues us? Again, let's just take a moment to think how fast we scroll through these, and then randomly we're just stop on one. Like, isn't it just, it's just interesting to me where we're at 2024 and how our brain works and our attention. Very, very interesting. So, and it's also super helpful to remember that your videos are being shared with a local audience. Remember, TikTok puts a huge push on the geographic location. So remember, local content. You're producing local content. Of course, you're creating content that's about the buying process, the selling process, how to update your home, how to get top dollar, all those things. But within those conversations that you're having in these videos, you're saying geographic locations. In captions, you're putting geographic locations. Even in the text of the video, you're putting geographic location in there, okay? Because it's super, super important to put that in there. So here's maybe something here. Like a topic could be, why is Las Vegas the worst market to purchase in right now? Right? It almost flips the psychology. We know it's a great time to buy there. We know it's a great time for people moving there, but you're almost flipping the psychology on that. It can be something like, because too many people flock to our great restaurants, nightlife, friendly people, of course. So again, you just want to kind of flip the psychology part of that around to grab their attention in the beginning. All right, so remember, hook them fast. Yes, awesome. 3 seconds. Carrie said 3 seconds. Brian said, thank you for that 3-second rule. Just remember that. If you record a video and you rewatch it back and you don't feel hooked in the first 3 seconds yourself, you might want to re-record, okay? Not saying that it won't get attention or it won't get out there to the right people. I'm just saying, put yourself, but when you guys are putting content out there, put yourself in the consumer's shoe. Is it relevant content? Is it valuable content? Can you learn something from it? All right. Rule number 2, post cadence. Love this one. And I didn't do heavy slides today for you guys to take screenshots, so I can send a follow-up video or just write these down. Post cadence. If you want to break out on TikTok and start amassing followers quickly, you should be posting, I hate to say this number, 3 times a day. Everyone just got anxiety because we have to do so much, right? 3 times a day. And this really isn't necessarily for beginners. Like, take these notes. If you start to really double down on TikTok or some of these platforms, this is how you can crack the algorithm. This is how you can get in there. The more you feed the algorithm, the more it's going to feed back to you. So 3 times a day, specifically on TikTok, you want to break it. So yes, I know it's a lot, but it's what it's going to take to get the TikTok algorithm to start prioritizing your videos to the right people. You don't need to keep this up forever, but when you're getting started, make sure you have a plan for batching plenty of content ahead of time. Batching content. That's how you don't feel overwhelmed. You're going to take an hour or 2 hours a week and you're going to plan out your content for the next week or that week, and you're going to batch out all that content. I don't care if you're filming 3 videos in the same outfit. People don't care about that anymore. It doesn't matter. It's okay. If you wanted to switch outfits, switch outfits. You're good. Switch it out. But I'm just saying, time block, put it on your calendar to batch your content. So 3 times a day, you don't have to do it. It's not like you need to do that forever. That's just to get the rhythm going, get some virality in there, get some followers, get some views, all that kind of stuff. Okay. So part 2 is the times that you post are equally important as often as you're posting. Never post more than 1 video within the same hour. Never post more than 1 video in the same hour. You got to give that video and that content some time to marinate. If you're posting a lot of content and it's not giving the algorithm enough time to push all your content out to the correct people. So you never want to post more than 1 video within the same hour. And you want to keep them within these windows. Okay, you guys ready to write these down? Here's the windows. 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. That's window number 1. 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And these times kind of make sense, right? That's lunchtime for a lot of people. Okay, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Next time is 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. 3 to 5. And the third time is 7 to 9:30, which makes sense for me. Because after a long day, I'm sitting on the couch and I'm just like, right? You're decompressing. You start scrolling, getting caught up on all your social. So 11 to 1 p.m. or 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., and then 7 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. All right. So that's your schedule every day, 3 times a day within those windows. Right? Are we good on the schedule? Even if you just start with 1 time a day, right? This is if you want to really, get through that algorithm and rank more, but always start small if you can. Yes, Teresa, good question. These are specifically from TikTok. She asked if there's data to support these. So this is data from TikTok and also Google Analytics and other things like that I have found. So again, I'll say it again, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., 7 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. So if you're posting 3 times a day, you're just doing 1 video in those time frames. All right, number 3, post length. Carrie, you're ahead of me. Look at us thinking the same thing. She goes, does length of video matter? Post length. Let's talk about post length. So sometimes it's a tough question because there's just a lot of factors that goes into it. But TikTok has traditionally prioritized videos that run between 7 and 15 seconds. Not a whole lot of time, right? That's kind of more of early day TikToks. Back to what was that platform that was before TikTok that ByteDance was also in? Jocelyn? You're smiling. It was Vine. Do we remember Vine, guys? Vine, yep, Teresa, I love it. Vine. So yeah, those were like the early days, right? Very, very quick. but they've recently updated their algorithm to push longer form content, which just means over a minute. So their algorithm is giving prominence and ranking for a little bit longer form content as well. So you're not looking for views, you're looking for followers, and this is how you get them. Let me repeat that. You're not looking for views necessarily, you are looking for followers. What followers are we looking for? Followers in our local market. What does TikTok mainly push in their algorithm? Geographic location. Okay, do not be discouraged by views. And quite frankly, don't be discouraged by followers, even likes, comments, all that kind of stuff. Okay, because that's, if we focus on that part, we stop creating content because we don't feel like it's effective. We don't feel like it's working. So put less stress on that and more stress on just doing it consistently. All right, so they are updated their algorithm to push longer content over about a minute or so. So my suggestion is use 3 daily posts to experiment and then track what is getting the most attention. So if you're posting 3 times a day, fluctuate the length of those and to see which ones get more traction. So if you do one that's 15 seconds long, maybe it's a quick, you could still get a little bit of content in 15 seconds. Maybe it's a quick market update. Maybe it's just a quick walkthrough of a house. Maybe it's just showing a kitchen. Maybe it's talking about a new listing that you just popped up, right? So it's 7 to 15 seconds. I'm going to go with 15 seconds on this one, right? 7 seconds is tough to get in there. So the first post length that you can try out, 15 seconds. The second one, 21 to 34 seconds is another average that TikTok is pushing. Okay, 21 to 34 seconds. The third one is about a minute to a minute 15 seconds. Now, if you've been part of our YouTube trainings or YouTube shorts, you know that YouTube shorts go about 60 seconds long. And trust me, it is plenty of time to get a good market update in there, to talk about a new property. Maybe you're discussing the NAR settlement, maybe you're not. Or maybe you're talking about a specific area, subdivision, community. You're talking about property taxes real quick, when they're due, when they're coming up, all that good stuff. So your 3 post links for you to try out that the algorithm is has been updated to 15 seconds. And then the other one's about 21 to 34 seconds. And the third one is about a minute to a minute 15 seconds. Okay. Me, myself, I prefer about the minute there, but you can get a lot of good content in 34 seconds as well. And we could just round it down, 30 seconds. But these are specific data numbers that they are giving us. So this is where your analytics become super important on the TikTok platform. This is why you shouldn't just post and not look at the analytics. Let's see what times you're getting the most traffic, views, engagement, followers, anything like that. And also what post length is giving you the most traction in that as well. Peggy said her mom says still said, so my mom still says do it for the Vine. I love it. Oh gosh, the good old days. Carrie Meyer, 7 seconds for me. Do hashtags apply in TikTok? They're less weighed, very less weighed. I wouldn't worry a whole lot about. Can you still use hashtags in there? Yes, but they're very much less weighed in there. Written content, right? What's the caption? What are you putting there? And then what's actually within that video content as well. I love it. All right, so of course, it's crucial to find out what works best with your audience. Remember, these platforms are pushing it out. They're going to give you some love back. They're going to push out to the audience. And then you'll be able to see through your analytics what times are working, what your demographics look like, post length, which ones are getting the most attention and traffic. Any questions on that? We got the post links down. Maybe I'll post this in our private Facebook group if you wanted to see the actual data points of everything we're talking about today. Also, this is being recorded and will be on our YouTube channel by tomorrow. All right, let's move on to number 4. Use the right features. use the right features. There's one feature in here that I absolutely love. I love it on the YouTube Shorts platform, and it's actually very relevant on TikTok as well. So, in the features, of course, we want to involve grabbing attention with visuals that are just meant to be eye-popping and addictive in a way, but don't add any real value to what you're saying, right? So sometimes when we're scrolling, we see a big flash or something, or things happening, or text is moving, or maybe something's in the background, something like that. So the thing is your entire mission is to get people to know, like, and trust you. You're posting trend chasing garbage. I use that word. It's not all garbage, right? But how many of you are going to get on TikTok and do one of the dancing trends or something like that, right? Probably not a lot of us. It's difficult for us just to record a video. So, not a whole lot of that. Again, I want you guys to remember being trendy is still okay, right? You could still do those things and make it fun. However, our job, and it's never been more important, is to educate the consumer, give them value. And it doesn't always have to be necessarily real estate, right? You're talking about your local market. You're the hub of everything in your local market. So what are the hiking spots? What are the restaurants? What are the new businesses moving there? What are property taxes? What are restaurants? How far is the airport from all the different locations that you actually sell in as an agent, right? So always think educating the consumer. But the biggest feature that I want you guys to look at and focus on TikTok is the green screen, right? The green screen feature, okay? Unfortunately, this really isn't real behind me, right? I really wish that was my home office, but it's not. But the green screen feature, and if you've been part of our YouTube Shorts trainings, I've talked about the green screen feature on there a lot. These platforms are putting a lot of attention there. So here's the thing that you can do with the green screen, right? It's just a feature where it shows you, and all of a sudden, an image or video is popped up behind you. This is great for market updates, or if you're taking a screenshot of an Altos market update, and behind me shows numbers and stats and everything, and I'm sitting here talking about it. This is the balance of visualization that you can give the viewer that's watching. You're giving them something to consume. It grabs their attention. Maybe you have text up there that says Las Vegas market update, or big news market update, or something, right? You're doing something to grab their attention, but there's visuals and graphics behind you that is going to, again, stop the scroll. Just like what we were saying earlier, how many of us were scroll, boom, we stopped. Something grabbed our attention. So we connected with something in there. So you got to play around with that. But there's one feature that the TikTok algorithm is prioritizing, which is huge for you. And of course, it is the green screen feature. Carrie, do you use the green screen feature? And the only reason I'm calling on Carrie, because she is always on TikTok. She's doing videos. I love it. She does a lot of video work in that. She does not. So Carrie, I encourage you to try the green screen feature on there. Get with your sales executive. If you're not getting the Altos market report updates, those are a beautiful start to do that there. Or maybe it's the association updates or something like that in there. Also with the green screen is maybe you're having a photo of your new listing behind you. Gorgeous kitchen, beautiful views, whatever it may be. And you're talking about the different features that are within that property. The other thing is maybe you're out and, I always use the Sphere as an example in Vegas because it's still such a thing to go look at. I don't think people understand how large that thing is. But maybe you're having a photo behind you of a new attraction, or maybe it was a photo of you the other day out hiking or biking or whatever it is, and you wanted to call out that specific trail on there. But understand that the biggest feature on TikTok right now that you could be leveraging is the green screen feature. Does that make sense? Sort of, kind of. Some of us are going to accept it, some of us aren't. All right. Let's go to number 5. Show your audience what they care about. This is huge. What does our ideal audience care about? Jaime, I'm going to call on you because you're on my screen. And I love you, man. What do they care about? What do our clients care about?
Us, me, what I do, who I am.
Yeah, I love that, right? Understanding who we are as a human, how we operate our business. Are we a family guy? Are we, do we go hiking? Even literally, do we go to the gym? Are we picking up the kids from school, right? The day in the life is what I would call that.
Day
So
in the
learning
life.
more about you as an agent, in addition to learning about real estate,
Real
right?
estate.
Education, learning about your market. What is there to do there? How are the schools? What about public schools versus private schools? What are the options? What are available? But your ideal audience, they care about learning more about what that is happening in that market. If they're buying, right? And if they're selling, they care about how am I going to get top dollar? What does the climate look like right now when selling a home? Is it a great time to sell? Is it a great time to buy? I know the answer is always yes, but give reasoning behind it, right? Give some pieces behind it within that. So give the people what they want and need. You have to understand who your audience is, who your ideal client is. The more tapped in you are to your audience, the better chance you have of not only getting followers, but having people reach out to you. So that's why it's important. I love Jaime saying that. They want to learn more about me. Yes, this is a great way for people to meet you virtually before they actually do business with you. We connect with people who we feel are in alignment with our own beliefs and how we operate. Notice that sometimes if you've gone out and met with maybe a coach or another service person, or I mean, even down to a dentist, right? Are you going to go back to a dentist that does like you just didn't get the vibe, right? They were just the staff was terrible or just didn't mix or something was wrong with it, right? We always have to connect with the other side, person, business, whatever it is, in their beliefs. Okay. So you want to make sure that it's a good balance between giving them more insight into you, your day-to-day life. And I'm not saying like it's always family, whatever it is. I'm just saying you're out showing a home or a property, or you're out with clients, or you're out trying a new restaurant, or you're out dropping the kids off, and it sparks hey guys, did you know that we have X amount of private schools, public schools, or we're rated this on schools. Now, obviously, if the school system is not rated very high, we're probably not going to talk about it, right? We're going to leave that one out. But hopefully, you're understanding what I'm saying in the sense that they want to learn more about you and how you operate your business. It's a relationship business, and this is a great way for you to go ahead and build that trust before actually talking or meeting with them. What else? What else do clients want to learn more about? Does anybody else want to jump in?
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas, baby. Absolutely. What's there to do there? A whole lot, right? Maybe there's new shows, all that good stuff. Lots of. And here's the thing, and I've talked to some agents in the last few weeks about uh, Vegas, Las Vegas, Nevada beyond the strip, right? Las Vegas beyond the strip. There's so much in the outskirts. I say outskirts, it's not that far. But all the other different communities and attractions that are outside of the strip that people would love to learn about as well. So there's a lot of content to talk about. I'm gonna check the chat box real quick. Carrie Meyer, entertainment, absolutely. Value, like market information, helpful guides, yes. Teresa, maybe you're promoting, hey guys, if you needed a relocation guide, if you need a step-by-step checklist or help in understanding what it looks like to relocate somewhere and have resources to help you with that, download my guide. Go to my website to download my relocation guide, or email me, text me, or leave a comment that says guide or relocation guide in the comments, and I can get that over to you. Right? You're trying to create that engagement. I love the guide part. I think those are neighborhood guides as well. I mean, hopefully everyone's heard of ChatGPT by now. Makes our lives a lot easier. A lot easier. You can create a neighborhood guide, a community guide in a matter of seconds, and have that as part of your branding. Good stuff, guys. All right. We got 2 more rules. Patience. Ooh. Something that kind of goes hand in hand with attention span nowadays. We don't have a lot of patience. I partly blame that to Jeff Bezos, because now that we can order something and get it in 2 hours, like we don't have patience. We need it now. We're a now. But when it comes to this platform and really just promoting and creating content for your business, we have to have patience and we have to give it some time to do its work, right? So it takes most people at least 50 posts to have a viral video on TikTok. So the average person has to post 50 pieces of content on TikTok before they get a quote unquote viral. I'm not talking about millions of views necessarily, right? But thousands, right? A good amount where you log in and you go to the app and you look at it and you're like, oh my gosh, that's wow, got a lot of views, right? Takes 50 on average. It's pretty crazy, right? So don't give up after 10, 20, 30, 40. Don't give up after 50. Keep going. And these are short pieces of content that you can incorporate in here. But I want you guys to change your mindset. It's not going to happen after your first post. It could happen. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. It could happen, absolutely. But give it time. You have to let the algorithm do its job, right? Your part of the bargain is creating valuable content. The algorithm's part of the bargain is getting it out to your ideal audience and to the people. And I just have to say it again, for free. These platforms are free and they're helping get you in front of your ideal audience. All right, so you got to give it time. Numbers, the 50 number, 50 post is true for both people who post 3 times a day and people who only post now and then. So again, don't be discouraged. Don't feel like, oh, Justin said I need to post 3 times a day on TikTok. You should if you want to get from A to B much quicker. But if you want to go a little bit slower and be consistent and not give up after 2 times, then I highly recommend that you start smaller. Post once a day, right? It just means it's going to take you 50 days to get through those statistics as opposed to the 3. So how quickly do you want to get from A to B and to crack the code? It's up to you, right? But if you know yourself, right? We have to know ourselves. If we know that we're not going to be able to commit to 3 times a day for the unforeseeable future, start small, build from there. All right. And remember that this isn't a race. You're in real estate business, not the TikTok business. Okay. You're in the real estate business, not the TikTok business. TikTok is a tool that we use as part of our marketing that we do to connect. But we're not here just to promote TikTok, all that good stuff. So make sure that your content is relevant and make sure that you give it time to be able to marinate and for the algorithm to work for you. Carrie said, what about going live? Always. If you're willing to go live, absolutely. Now, I wouldn't go live. TikTok, you can probably go live a little bit more often than I would say necessarily Instagram or Facebook. You could probably go live, right? Maybe once a week on TikTok. But if you can commit to going live once a month, you're already ahead of the game. You're already implementing that in there. So maybe you're going live at an open house or you're just checking in, whatever it may be on there. But definitely if you can go live. And here's the thing, all of your followers get notified. Hey, so-and-so just went live. People who are live, go live on the platform, will be shown before others. So if you notice you're scrolling, all of a sudden start seeing the little live icon in the lower left corner on TikTok. And that's because it's letting you know those people that you follow are live on there. And sometimes if it's relevant enough to your content that you're used to watching, they will pop in a live in there that you don't follow. Okay. So it's a very, very cool tool. So yes, Carrie, I would definitely encourage everyone to go live. TikTok once a week, but if you can commit to once a month, perfect. Does this platform have the ability to schedule the post ahead of time? I believe it does, yes. You can go in there and schedule it ahead of time or schedule by date in there. They had that feature before. They may have removed it, but the last in-person training I did, it was there that you could schedule that. I know you could do that for Instagram now, of course, and YouTube Shorts, you can do that as well. So don't hold me to it, but I'm pretty sure you can. If not, there's platforms that will auto post and post it for you ahead of time as well. Buffer and some others that you can as well. Jocelyn put in there, she thinks, yeah, I think you do need a certain amount of followers before you can actually go live on the platform. I think the same is for YouTube as well. You have to have a certain amount of subscribers before you get that feature. So you just have to double check your account if you're there and see if you're able to go live. If you can go live, I encourage it. Please do. Again, that P word, patience. Please give it patience. Do not get discouraged in the very beginning. Give it some time. All right, number 7. Number 7, our last rule. Link out to longer content. What does that mean? Again, you're in the real estate business, you're not in the TikTok business. So you got to have strong call to actions. You've got to be able to drive the traffic so you've gone through 1 through 6, you're getting traffic, you're getting people reach out to you. You need to be able to link out to your other content you're producing, whether it's your YouTube channel, your Instagram, your website, your landing page for a property valuation, whatever that may be. TikTok is to grow your following, not necessarily convert them. TikTok is to grow your following. These platforms, we're creating a community, we're getting followers, we're getting people who trust us. How do you think influencers in 2024 became influencers? That's a huge thing nowadays. So if I have I'm going to call it a theme page on Instagram, and all my content is about travel, okay? And I gain a mass following. Let's say I got 100,000 followers on Instagram, okay? And I start to get what we call in marketing brand deals, or people that start reaching out to me saying, hey, we'll pay you X amount of money if you would promote this product or service or whatever it is, right? So our goal is to grow our followers and community, but not necessarily convert them. We have to link out and get them going. Conversations don't necessarily come from TikTok, and that's why you need to be linking out to longer content. So maybe, just like Teresa was talking about, a buyer guide or relocation guide or some type of guide, you can link out to them for that information. You built trust on the platform, they've reached out to you, they like you as a person, they like your content, and now you're going to drive that person to another platform or piece of content that's going to be beneficial to them. All right. So Instagram in particular is a place where agents are having extreme success in converting leads through DMs. So as you're scrolling, sometimes you may see someone say, if you want more information or to get this guide or whatever it is, comment in the comments, make a comment that says guide or help or real estate or buy or sell or something, right? You're giving them a call to action to throw in the comment section, and then you're sending them a DM or linking them out to other information. So be sure to always include your Instagram handle. They go hand in hand, these two platforms, Instagram handle and the caption of your videos, okay? Because Instagram will allow you to have multiple links and you can link out, and it's just a little bit easier than TikTok. All these platforms, of course, want their users to stay on them as long as possible. So they don't really like when we link things out. But if we're linking to another platform, or you're giving them your Instagram handle or your Facebook, and then you're connecting with them on there, your ability to be able to add links and other things is greater in that, okay? So you always want to have the call to action. Really, rule number 7 should say call to action, right? We always should have a strong call to action. Where do you want them to go? Is it a video about a property valuation? Is it a video about buying? Is it a video about relocating? Where can you send them to get deeper into that rabbit hole in your ecosystem so that they don't, go to another agent, right? You're already building trust with them through your video content on there. So rule number 7, link out to longer content / strong call to action. Strong call to action. All right, let me check in here real quick. Facebook said said that it will no longer allow a third-party app after the 20th of this month. I'm not sure on the date, but this month for Facebook. So Facebook itself, and the reason being probably is because the Facebook has its planner, which is like a content planner in that you can pre-schedule. So they're probably going to cut it off for third parties, and they just want it to be on their platform as well. That is what my guess would be. Post your Instagram handle in the video. Show it in the video. Follow me on Instagram at whatever it may be. And in your bio. Yeah, anywhere, place that you can put it in there. Who can see that's already accessible? Who can we see that's already? There is several agents that if you want to email me for examples of agents that I follow that are have found great success with TikTok, email me, justin@rocktitle.com, justin@roctitle.com, and I'll send you those and you can go take a look and quote unquote still what they're doing, right? Duplicate what they're doing. Go in and see what they're having success with and create that content for you as well. So Carrie, email me and I'll get you a list of those as well. Anybody else that wants that list. Any questions in general, what we talked about? Any feedback on TikTok? Again,
Justin,
what was that?
can I add something that you didn't mention?
Yes, please do.
Trending sounds. I think like you always have to use a trending sound. Like I see a lot of realtors, they use like elevator music, which is cool, but it's not going to get pushed as much as a trending song.
Definitely. Yeah. So when you're adding music to it, you're adding a song to it and it's trending, the algorithm is going to push that video higher in the ranking because you're leveraging what TikTok wants is more engagement, more people to watch the videos. So if there's a song that is trending on the platform, the more they use that, the more they're going to show your video, right? So you kind of go hand in hand. It's just like the viral trending dances and different just random TikTok things that we see going on there. So good call out, Jocelyn. If you guys are going to have music or trending songs in your videos, and it makes sense, right? Volume wise, if you're talking in it and you have music in the background, it's hard to hear, probably not a great thing. But so just be conscious of that, but definitely jump on any trending music or sounds that's within that platform.
And you can also put the volume like really low too. And as long as it's in the video, it'll work. They'll still push it.
Absolutely. Love it. Any other questions, guys? Feedback? Do we feel like we could get on TikTok, the TikTok train? Right? So you probably joined this call because one, it's about TikTok. So maybe you're already creating video content like we talked about in the beginning on TikTok specifically, or you're consuming, or you're debating on it. Again, I highly recommend, whether it's TikTok or any other platform, start creating video content. It will substantially change your business. It will substantially change your business. It will allow people to learn who you are as a human, how you work with your business. And again, that's what consumers are consuming is video content. Are blogs still relevant? Yes, in the sense of SEO, search engine optimization. But we as humans and as a society right now would rather watch a video than read something. Okay, so take all your knowledge that's in your head, take all your knowledge that you've learned, especially in your local market, and put that into video content. It's okay. Trust me, I don't like the way I look in videos. I don't like the way I sound. The editing part, right? Don't think about it. I've heard all the objections. Don't tell me you don't have the equipment. We all spend every 2 years or however often we upgrade $1,200 on these things. They are perfect. You don't need fancy equipment. Think about it. With the whole green screen in the background, like I don't have a green screen behind me. Remember the days where you had to have an actual like green curtain behind you for those? You don't need those anymore. Technology has advanced. So leverage the green screen feature as well within the platform, even on YouTube Shorts if you decide to use that platform as well. Awesome, guys. Hopefully you got one piece out of today that you will implement into your business. I appreciate you all joining us. Our May training schedule will be up soon. We're working on finalizing that. And as always, you can always go to rockuniversity.com to see the training schedule, in addition to the VIP All Access. Don't forget, every month we upload those social media posts for you and newsletters. I added a single property landing page Canva template in there for you. I added an agent website template in there for you as well. So I guess let me just show you guys that real quick, and then I'll let you have a good rest of your day. Sorry for the emails are coming through.
You too. Thank you. Have a great day.
You as well. You as well. I'm going to show you guys this real quick if you want to stay on. rockuniversity.com. VIP All Access. Jocelyn got our newsletter uploaded. The social media post will be up in a bit, couple days. So once you're in VIP All Access, if you scroll down, remember these are the monthly ones that are updated. You have your social media posts. May will be there shortly. Our newsletters are already there for May. Okay, both states. You can go in there, scroll down a little bit more. If you've noticed, I've added a few extra things. Video templates, I promise, are coming. I promise. Just finishing editing those. But the landing page and website is pretty cool. So if you click into this, it's going to push it into your Canva account. Please say use template for new design. Use template for new design. If you edit template, everyone can it. You're making it for yourself, right? Everyone can see those edits. So use template for your new design. I'm not going to go deep in here, but I want you guys to see this is a single landing page, property website. You just edit the information. And then when you publish it, I'll do a class on this next month. You publish the website, you now have a link that you can copy and turn into a QR code. You can choose an actual domain that you own. Maybe it's a luxury property and you're going to change the domain name to 123eastmainstreet.com, whatever it may be. You can do that. But you have your single property landing page and agent website or landing page as well. There's no IDX on this, but that's okay. If you wanted to be more informational or a different option, you can absolutely access it there as well. In addition to this morning, I uploaded under real estate scripts, more scripts. Of course, we had Debbie DeGroat script book there. I have foreclosure scripts, pre-qualification scripts for your buyers, and expired listing scripts as well added here on there. So don't forget, there's a lot of value and resources in that VIP All Access on Rock University. All right, guys. We will see you in the next training and hopefully in escrow very, very soon. Please, please, please write us in on your next deal. I appreciate you all. Hope you have an amazing rest of your day and weekend, and we'll see you soon.
Bye,
Thank you,
Justin.
guys.
Bye, Justin.
Thank you.